everyone, my name is Sasha and welcome to my channel. Today's class is a full body recovery workout, equal parts strength and stretch. We're gonna get started on all fours. All you need is your mat, no props. So start with your hands under your shoulders or knees under your hips, and we're just gonna take some deep breaths in through the nose, finding length in the spine and out through the mouth, connecting to the core. Big inhale, let the ribs expand. And exhale, drawing the belly in. On the next inhale, let's find a cow stretch. Inhale, open the chest, find extension in the spine. Exhale, tuck your tail around your spine, scoop the belly in, tuck the tail. Good. Inhale, draw the shoulders down, keep pushing the floor away, find extension, feeling of swan. Exhale, tuck and curl around your spine, scooping, 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 deeply flexing in the spine. And return back to center. We're gonna lift just the right foot off the mat, keeping the knee on the floor. You're gonna start twisting the knee in and out, so it's really the movement from the thigh bone within the hip socket for now. And this is called wag your tail. So imagine you've got a tail you're wagging side to side. You're gonna start adding a little side bending. So look to your foot, to one side and to the other. Just take your time here. See if you can find that nice release on one side and on the other. Again, 2, and twist. Keep pushing the floor away with your hands. 1, and twist, and release. Switch sides. Left foot up. You're gonna start rotating just the thigh bone, in and out, finding a little release in internal and external rotation, trying to keep the pelvis still, and then start to look for your foot to one side and to the other, keeping your breath flowing, and twist, and 2, and 1, and drop it down. Take another cat stretch around your spine. Try to lift your palms off the floor and then really press into your shoulder blades. You want to find that nice stretch in those rhomboids, maybe the traps. Drop your hands down, find an extension. Inhale, open the chest. Maybe let your neck go a little. Exhale, tuck and around. One more time, beautiful. Good, you're gonna tuck your toes and you're gonna lift your hips up to down dog. So press your heels into the floor, into your mat, and lift your sit bones up. And you're gonna push the floor away with your hands. So really putting as much weight into your feet as possible. Maybe you wanna pedal your knees, bending one leg at a time, pedal your feet, press, and press. Keep focusing on that breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now press both heels into the mat. One more deep breath in. And exhale, come back down to all fours. Good, just to activate the core a little bit more, we're gonna come into a bear plank. So you're gonna push the floor away, draw the shoulders down, take a big inhale. On the exhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees off at a hover, and breathe. We're gonna take a few breath cycles here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Try to pull the shoulders away from the ears. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One last, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Find your down dog once more. Heels to the mat, sit bones up, pressing into your hands, and really trying to bring your chest towards your thighs. Oof, this feels tight for me right now. Maybe it feels the same for you. Take a moment, a few more breaths here. One last. And release. You're gonna come to your knees and take a quick child's pose. So feet come together, knees apart, reach the arms forward as far as possible, and take a good stretch. You wanna feel the stretch even into the upper ribs. So like all up here into your, just below the armpit, basically. And you're gonna pull the arms to one side, find a good stretch. Diagonal stretch, you're stretching into your intercostals, your QL, that important muscle in the side of your back, and your obliques, and then switch sides. Just a little release to one side and to the other. Breathing in and breathing out. And you're going to come back to center and roll your spine up, coming just to a seated position, reaching the arms overhead, flipping your palms and opening your chest, maybe finding a little swan here, and then reach your arms back up. Inhale, open your chest, find swan. And one more time. Exhale. Let's find a lunge. You're going to bring your right foot forward onto your mat. Pull that left knee back as far as you can. You can keep the toes tucked. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just untuck the toes. I want you to find a pelvic tilt, like you're pressing your hips forward, and try to find length through the spine. So your psoas, really important hip flexor muscle, attaches in at the top of your your lumbar spine, so somewhere in the mid-back. And the more you pull away with the spine as you press the hip down, the deeper a stretch you'll get. You're going to reach the left arm to the ceiling and then find a nice side bend to the right. This is optional. You can also have your hand to the floor, whatever feels good on the toes. And if you like, try to find a little extra extension to the back. And release, little rounded, flexed spine to the front, and then back to your side bend. Return back up, hands to the mat. Shift your weight back, a little half split. If you need, you can have blocks, or maybe you've got a sofa near you. You can hold on with one hand. Just find a position that works for you. Obviously, you can also come onto your thigh. That adds a little balance element to this. Rotate out and in, just finding a little release in the outer and inner thigh. A little bit of movement. Try to flex your foot more and lift your sit bones up. Rotate your right hip back. Good. And you're going to release, and you're going to switch sides. So bring your opposite knee back, switch legs, dropping your hips down, pressing them forward, and then lifting up and out, right? You're trying to lift your rib cage off your pelvis. Remember, you can tuck or untuck the toes. I'm going to start tucked. And you're going to reach the right arm to the ceiling. Left hand either stays on your thigh or goes to the floor, and find that nice side bend. That helps stretch the psoas. You might be getting into the obliques, the intercostals as well, if you're in that nice side bend. Take an inhale, extend back if that feels good. Exhale, round forward. And return to the side, return back up, and slowly bring your hands to the mat, shift your weight back, flexing your foot here, opening your chest. So the more you lengthen the spine, lift your sit bone up and away from your heel, the deeper the stretch. Stay here for a moment, keep breathing, and you can rotate out and rotate in and rotate out and rotate in. A few more times, 2 and 1, and release. Good, you're gonna come to all fours once more, and we're gonna start by lifting the right leg up to a donkey kick. So you're gonna flex your foot, and you're gonna draw the abs up and in, and if you don't feel comfortable on your wrists, you can always go down to your forearms. We're gonna start here, keeping that nice engagement, lengthening the spine. We're gonna start to drop the knee down, and then press it back up, just slowly. Down and up. So whenever we go into extension at the hip, when you lift your foot up here, almost beyond the level of your hip, that usually is extension. You want to make sure you're not letting the lower back kind of cheat for you, right? So what we're looking for is more range of motion at the hip joint right here versus in the lumbar spine. For 4 more, and 3, and 2, 1 last. Now imagine that you've got a plate on your foot. You're going to try to press the plate up and down. And up, so you can't drop it, up and down. Keep the abs drawing in. 5 for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it, rotate the knee out, drop it down, and then lift it back up. Open and drop. Lift, open and drop. 1 last in this direction. And we go to the other side. So we lift up to the side, we rotate internally, drop the knee down. Again, 3 more, just for a little movement in the hip. Think of this as like hip cleaning, releasing any tension. And of course, warming up those glutes. And let's go back to our lateral movement. Bring your knee up to the side and hold it, and then drop it back down. If you want to point your toes, change up the foot position, go ahead. and 6 more. Try not to put too much weight into your left hand, right? If your right knee is lifting and you're shifting all the way to the left leg is not working as hard. For 5, and the obliques as well. 4, feel the waist lengthening on both sides. 3, and 2. 1 last, hold it. Little lifts for 8, controlled movements. 7 and 6 for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Take a break. We're gonna come into one more little series, same leg, and then I'm gonna give you a good glute stretch. So we're gonna start in a series that I like to call a rainbow. Not sure if it's actually called that way. You're gonna lift the knee up to your elbow or to your shoulder, circle the knee back, and then rotate it towards the opposite calf. I like to rotate externally as much as possible here, and then rotate internally as much as possible to the back. And you have to shift your weight back and forth so that the standing leg takes on some of that work. Up and over, and back. And up and over, and back. We've got 4 more. 4, and back. And 3, and back. 2 more. Up, and back. 1 last. And back. You're gonna actually hold this position, drop your knee onto your calf or onto the floor, and then shift your way back, coming onto your forearms. This is a stretch for your glutes and for the back of your hip. It really opens up and creates a little more space at the back of the hip joint. As long as you don't feel a pinch at the front of your hip. If you do, it might be because you're putting too much weight back. So find that sweet spot. It's a really nice stretch. You might feel it on the back, even on the outer side of the hip, the glutes, all that releasing. Good. And good. Let's find a pigeon with the right leg. So you're gonna bring your right leg forward and shuffle yourself back if you need. And then reach the arms forward if you like. This is optional. You can also just stay up. And remember that the further forward your foot is, so the closer you are to a 90-degree angle, the deeper the stretch for the glutes. But just be mindful of your knee. You don't want to put any pressure there. So find an angle, once again, that works for your joints. And just stay here and breathe. Couple more breaths. Trying to soften into your stretch with each exhale. And 1 last time. And let's release, and we switch sides. So we're gonna do that whole series again with the left leg. So we're gonna stand on the right knee, and we're gonna lift the left leg to that donkey kick position. Draw the abs up and in, lengthen your spine. You wanna pull the shoulder blades away from your ears, and here we go. We lower and we lift, press up. Remember not to move too much in the lower back, trying to find that nice hip extension without that lumbar extension. For 5 more after this. We've got 5. Press, and your gaze is to the floor. Your neck and spine are continuously lengthening, trying to create a little bit more space within your spine and stability in the lower back. For 3 more, and 2. Keep pushing the floor away. 1, hold it. Remember that plate imagery. You're gonna press the plate up and lower it back down, and press it up and lower down. Press it up and lower down. For 4, and 3, and 2. 1 last, hold it, open the knee, and then drop the knee back down. 3 more circles. Up, open, and drop it down. Keeping the hips stable, so you're really moving within the hip joint for now. The thigh bone is rotating, and then we reverse. Up, we rotate, drop the knee back down. 3 more. Up, rotate, drop the knee back down. 2 more, and rotate back down. 1 last. Do you forget about your breathing? And then we go out to the side. Remember not to shift too much weight into your right leg. We go up and we go down. Remember that you can point your toes here, up and down, and up and down. Keep pushing into both hands, up and down. For 4 more. Keeping the waist long on both sides. 2 more. Woo. 1 last. Hold it. Little lifts for 8 and 7 and 6 for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Before we go into those rainbows. So come back up. Come to all fours. You're going to lift your left knee towards your left elbow or shoulder. And then circle, find that internal rotation as you tap the mat, and then come back up. You can even move further forward and then further back. Again, up and back and up and back. We've got 4 more. Up and back and 3. Back. 2 and 1 last, and hold it. Drop that knee, shift your way back. Remember, you can come onto your forearms, whatever feels good on the foot. If you're cramping, you can release it. As long as you're putting pressure on the outer hip here, all the weight is going that way. You're opening up this whole area. Feels really nice. Especially if you're a dancer or you do any kind of activity with a lot of external rotation, this is actually creating more space where it usually is a little tighter, right? When you're in external rotation, you're closing that space at the back of the hip. This is creating the reverse effect. And release, come up to that pigeon on the left side, finding comfortable position for your knee. Shift forward and release your back. Taking a few breaths here. Trying to soften the neck. Maybe you're gonna shift side to side with your head, say no or yes, just releasing in any way that feels comfortable and good. And gently come back up. Coming out of this position, we're gonna come onto our stomach, but I want you, so come onto your knees, and you're gonna come down like in yoga, kind of in this chaturanga idea of a push-up. So you're going down, 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 and release, just as a transition. Now you're gonna point your toes. We're coming into Swan. Stretch your legs. If you feel more comfortable opening them up, go for it. We're gonna push into our hands, lengthen our spine, and then lift your chest up, finding extension just in the thoracic spine. Hold, and then return back down. So starting with a mini, mini Swan, and then gradually taking it up a little bit higher. So thoracic, you pull the shoulders back, lift your chest. Now start to lift your belly, pushing into your hands. Maybe you lift your hips. Find that extension, and then slowly work your way back down 1 vertebra at a time. Once again, adjust the position with your feet if you need. I like turning it out, actually finding a little external rotation feels more comfortable for my back. You're gonna push into your hands, lift your chest up, maybe pick up the hips, open the chest, and then slowly work your way down. Good. You're gonna bring your hands under your forehead, so one hand on top of the other, elbows wide. Stretch your legs, and we're gonna lift the chest up. So I need you to anchor your pelvis into the mat as if you were imprinting your pelvis. And now we're gonna lift the chest, find extension in the thoracic spine, go a little bit higher, and then slowly return back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, 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 up. Exhale, return back down. One last, we inhale, we lift, we hold, pull the elbows to the side, 90 degrees. Now pull the elbows back as far as you can, reach the arms to the back wall, pull the arms behind you, and then slowly reverse, dropping your hands under your forehead and releasing your head down. Let's do that one more time. We go up, we push our hips into the mat, lift as high as you can, 90 degrees, cactus the arms, pull your shoulders back, lift your chest, reach the arms further back towards your heels, and 90 degrees, hands together, drop it down. Beautiful. You're gonna turn to your side. Just turn to one side. You're gonna bring your left knee under your right leg, starting with the right leg extended, flexing your foot. You're gonna bring your right hand behind your head. And I want you to push the floor away. Think of this as a side plank, essentially. You're pushing the floor away. We're gonna open the chest. We're just gonna start with a little side leg kick. So we're gonna kick the leg forward. 1, 2, point, kick it back, 1, 2. So you're finding multiple actions in the hip. This is a little flexion and then extension. And because we're resisting and holding the leg in this parallel position, we're also adding some abduction away from the midline. Here we go. We kick 1, 2, and we point 1, push away, 2, again, and point. Try to exhale on the way forward, inhale on the way back. That helps it with extension. Again, exhale and inhale. Keep pushing away. If you want, you add a little rotation. Exhale, twist, inhale, point. Maybe you smoothen out the leg work. So instead of pulsing, you just twist and twist. We've got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Hold to the side, flex and lift for 8 and 7 and 6, for 5, pushing the floor away for 3 and 2. Hold it, rotate internally and lift within that internal rotation. More and more, 7 and 6, for 5. Keep pushing the floor away for 3 more, 2, 1, and knee in, release, take a little stretch. You're gonna bring your foot behind this bottom leg, extend the bottom leg, flex your foot, bring your right hand behind your head, push the floor away, rotate externally. And if you're getting tired in the neck, feel free to twist your head at any point or just lie on your side. We lift the leg up and lower. Try not to move the pelvis. So keep your hips somewhat stacked. That back hip is trying to come forward. We lift and lower. We lift and lower for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. 1 last, hold it, take little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point your toes, circle for 4 and 3. Keep anchoring the back foot so that we don't twist around in the hips, other direction, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and release. Drop your knee to the mat, opposite knee back, and we're going into a mermaid, so finding a nice side bend. Oh, that feels nice. And you might feel limited by the movement of your ribs here. So just, if you can't side bend, just reach up. You should feel a bit of a stretch in that opposite side. Now from here, try to find a diagonal stretch, rounding your spine, reaching forward, and return to your side, and return back up. Grab your ankle, take a quick quad stretch. You're gonna pull the knee back, press your hips slightly forwards. You can even lean back, come onto your forearm, and then you're gonna push into your hand. So a little contraction with your leg pushing into your hand, you contract your quads, and then you release, you pull back. Oh, that feels nice. Pull the knee back. Again, press and release, pull. 1 more time, press and release, pull, and we relax. And we switch sides all together. So come onto your right hip, right knee is bent, left leg is extended. Right elbow on the mat, push away, lift your leg, hand behind the head. We open the chest. We start with just the kicks. Exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale. We go out, out, in. Try not to move in the waist. Exhale. 1 last. Now, smoothen out, twist to the ceiling as you kick forward. Twist to the floor as you kick back. Find that spiral motion in the spine. Open and close. And whenever you do these kind of spiral actions, you're wringing out the spine. So you might create a little more length and openness in the spine. And you're wringing out toxins. Really good for your back, for your entire body. A little energizer as well. 2 more. And twist. 1 last, open, and twist, and release. Pull the knee in. I forgot that side leg series, so we're gonna go right into that. Reach the leg long, hand behind your head, open the chest, pull. We're gonna lift up for 8, and 7, and 6, lift out of the waist, and 5, for 4, 3. Remember, you can look to the floor at any point. 2, 1, rotate internally and kick up for 8 and 7. Keep pushing the floor away. 6 and 5 for 4 and 3. You can push your head into your hand, just opening up the chest. 2 and 1. Let's go right into inner thigh. So The top foot goes behind, you stack your hips, you flex your bottom leg, push away, we lift for 8 and 7 and 6, for 5 and 4. It might not go very high. If you're really checking your hips forward and trying to rotate externally in the leg, you might feel a little limited, and that's totally fine. For 3 and 2, one last, take little pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we've got our circles, point your toes, 4, 3, 2, higher, up, other direction, keep rotating externally, 3 and 2 and 1, and release, come up, mermaid, up and over. So either straight up to the ceiling if you feel like side bending here is challenging, otherwise you just soften into this, diagonal stretch, and reach back out, and release. Either you stay on your hand or you come to your forearm and you pull that knee back, keeping the knee on the floor if that feels comfortable. You push into your hand for 3 seconds and release, heel to bum. Keep pulling the knee back. The more your hip and knee pull away, the deeper the quad stretch. Let's do that again. Press and heel to bum. And a good trick here is to tuck your tail under. So really feel like your hips are moving forward. Let's do that one last time. Push and release, pull. Excellent. Okay, let's continue. We're going to come to a seated position for a moment. Grab onto the back of your thighs, and then you're going to round your spine and lean back, finding a stretch into your upper back. Oh, that feels nice. Maybe you want to shift, lifting the elbows high, and then coming back up to a seated position. Take a big inhale, open the chest. Exhale, tuck and round, lifting your elbows, pushing your shoulders to the back, and back up. Inhale. Now you're going to do the same movement, tail tucking under as the arms reach forward. So tuck your tail, roll down, reach through the fingers, roll, 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 back, 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 just to the lower back, base of the lower back, and then return back up. So we're working into a bit of our core. Roll it back, round your spine, and return back up. Ooh, this is nice. One more time, tuck and round. Hold it, stay here for a moment, roll back a little slow, a little lower, a little slower, a little lower, and lie on your back. Good. You can scoot yourself down if you need a little more room. Bring your hands by your sides. You're going to press into your feet, make sure they're about hip width apart, and let's go right into some articulated bridges. So tuck your tail, roll your hips up to bridge, take a big inhale. Exhale, spinal roll down vertebra by vertebra to massage the lower back. Again, inhale, exhale, tuck, and roll back up to bridge. Big inhale here. One more time, tuck your tail deeply, really pushing into your feet. Lengthen your thighs forward as you roll down. So there's that nice dual direction, two-directional movement and stretch to help release the back. One last, let's roll up and hold. You're going to lift your heels up, and then you're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling, and just a quick hip hinge. So you're going to drop the hips down and press them back up, making sure you're putting some weight, as much weight as possible, into all 10 toes, rather than going just onto the pinky and rolling out. Tends to happen here. So you can adjust your feet accordingly. Press and lower, hinge, press. Think of this as like a squat. Down and up and down and up. We go for 4 more, and press, and 3. Press your hips high, squeeze the glutes. You're actively lifting and lowering. 2 more, press. 1 last, hold it. Little presses up for 8 and 7. If this feels funny on the back, just drop the heels for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Drop your heels, roll your spine down, and release the arms by your sides. Good. Hands behind your head. Just a quick little chest lift series to get our core working a little more. That can help also release the back, especially if you need a little more work on that flexion. So let's take a big inhale. On the exhale, draw the navel in, lift your chest up, up, up to curl, and then inhale, return back down slowly. Exhale, use your feet, press down into your feet, lift your chest, go a little bit higher. See if you can grab the backs of your thighs, pull yourself up a little, draw the navel in, keep that lift, hands behind your head. This is your chest lift, and we return back down. Let's do that 4 more times. Exhale to chest lift, curl up, 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 up. Inhale, return back down. Trying not to press too hard into the lower back. Exhale, chest lift. Maybe you're imprinting your spine or you're trying to keep it somewhat neutral. That's a little more challenging. We've got 3 more. Exhale, chest lift. Inhale. 2 more. Can we go higher and higher and higher? And 1 last. I'm going to add on here. Let's add a little twist. We twist to one side and we twist to the other, keeping both shoulders off the mat. Twist to one side, twist to the other, and twist and twist. 1 last twist and twist. Center, return back down. Hug your right knee to your chest. Stretch your left leg long and take little circles in one direction and then in the other. Let's go for a big twist. So grab your knee, twist it all the way to the opposite side here. Oof. And release the arm, pulling the knee and the arm away from one another, letting your head twist away from the knee, and take a few breaths. And gently come back to center. While you're here, let's thread the needle. So you're gonna cross your ankle over your knee, left knee. Grab either the back of your thigh or the front of your knee or your shin. I like to pull from the shin because that deepens the stretch. And gently pull the thigh into your chest and maybe take some circles. Really slow, mindful movements so that you can stretch deeper. If we're really ballistic in our movements, like we move really fast, the muscles don't get a chance to release. So use deep breathing and gentle movement as just a way to help facilitate your stretching. 1 last. Good. Keep your left knee into your chest and switch legs. Right leg to the floor. Start with little circles. Change directions. Softening in the hip. Cross the knee over to the floor and open the opposite arm. And release. Try to soften that shoulder to the mat as much as possible. And my back just cracked. I don't know if you heard it through the mic, but if yours did too, congrats. That feels good always. And gently come back to center, thread the needle. Left ankle over the right knee, figure 4, behind or on top here with the hands, and pull the leg in, and then draw little circles. And other direction. And good. We're going to finish with a little seated stretch series. So you're going to move your legs forward. If you need to scoot down your mat, you can. You're going to reach the arms long. Just be careful that there's nothing behind you. Take a big inhale. On the exhale, we're going to roll ourselves up to seated. You can always grab the back of your knees if you need and come all the way up to seated. I'm going to scoot back just a little. Flex your feet. Open your feet at the width of your mat, if not a little wider, whatever feels comfortable. Or going into classical Pilates exercise that's called spine stretch. So you're going to start by reaching the spine long, tall. You're going to nod the chin and slowly round your spine up and over an imaginary exercise ball. Reaching, 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 reaching. Keep flexing the feet, shoulders away from the ears, and you're going to roll it back to stacked. Reaching up through the spine, through the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, nod the chin, press through the heels, reach forwards, find that nice spine stretch. Reach further, further, further. Shoulders still soft, and roll it back, vertebra by vertebra. Nice, open the chest. You're gonna reach the arms side to side, and let's take a little twist into sauce. You're gonna rotate towards the right. Let's rotate to the right. Flip your palms, and then dive over your foot, trying to reach past the foot, maybe past the pinky toe, and then return back up. Flip the arms, come back to center. Let's do that on the other side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, dive. Inhale. And open, twist, flip, dive, and keep the breath flowing. Open, twist, flip your palms, dive. Let's do that one more time on each side, holding it a little longer. Twist, rotate, dive and hold. Maybe hold onto your foot and really pull yourself towards the leg. I like to feel that into the IT band. Maybe you add an internal rotation. Ooh, that is tough. Pull, 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 and then come back up. Flip to the other side, rotate, dive, grab your foot, pull yourself towards your leg. And slowly come back up and reach the arms out to the sides. Maybe cross your legs, get into a comfortable position, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Take an inhale, exhale, open your heart to the ceiling, pulling the elbows back, and let's do that again. Inhale, we reach up. Exhale, we pull the arms back, open the chest, and do that one more time. Inhale, reach up, and pull the arms back. Good, we're gonna finish with a neck stretch. So you're gonna bring your shoulders back, so really feel your shoulder heads moving to the back. Bring your hands behind your back, and then side bend over to one side with just the head. And then circle down and around to the other. Maybe lift your chin up. Big lift, stretching just underneath here into those muscles in your neck. Other direction, up and over, and circle. And back up, take an inhale, lift the arms up. And one last deep exhale, release it all down. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this recovery class. If you did, please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and let me know in the comments what other types of classes you might enjoy. Have a nice day. See you next time.